Good evening, everybody. It's day 9 of Here's to Our Health Challenge. And I mentioned yesterday the plan to track weight loss by things that I want to let go of, but also something that would give me a vision or a goal. I don't know if you've heard the saying, pain pushes you until a vision pulls you. So I would much rather be pulled by something in my future than to be pressured by pain. But often the things that we want to accomplish, our big goals in life, are painful because they're scary. And doing the hard work to get there is sometimes painful, most of the time scary, and takes effort sort of on a daily basis, day after day. So a lot of you have been with me for going on now 39 days. So that's a long time to hang out with me. And this month, of course, is around health, wellness, your mind, your body, your spirit. And I mentioned yesterday that I was going to go to the bank and get $100 worth of quarters today, and I didn't realize how much that was, how heavy that was. But it is the weight in quarters that I have lost. So I do not have a piggy bank yet, but I do have all of my quarters, and I'm putting them into a receptacle to store. So 5 pounds worth of quarters is 10 rolls of $10 quarters. 10 rolls of $10. Oh, and I'm dropping quarters. So that's my first week's worth. So we're getting caught up, and that's that on the weight part of the challenge. So I was talking to somebody today about stress and what, everything is stressful. Your job is stressful. We live in a stressful life, a stressful society. There's no way around that. But how we manage our stress is within our control. And what I didn't realize was that the amount of stress that I was trying to manage was at the point where it was a, sort of a severe, unhealthy stress that was going to cause a lot of problems in my body and my mind over time. When we're busy and we're doing our jobs and we're taking care of kids and we're running around and we've got multiple things we're trying to juggle, the inordinate amount of stress that we experience doesn't seem that abnormal, and we don't really realize until later how bad it is. So what I would ask all of you to think about is when you know you're at your most stressed, when everything is kind of coming at you, how do you experience that in your body? Sometimes it's your mind where you can't keep track of things. You are intolerant and irritable, so intolerant of too much coming at you, including noise, people, music, anything. So intolerant of that, irritable to the people that love you. I was spending a huge amount of my time lashing out at the people that loved me the most because I was blaming or, comparing, doing some things that put me into a kind of a negative state where I was being, very mean and irritable to other people. So that came out for me. Sometimes it shows up physically, so your jaw, your heart, your stomach, all those things come up. But the irritable and the fatigue and being too tired, being so tired that you can't sleep, those are all really significant symptoms that the normal level of stress has gotten out of control. And so then, think about how that shows up for you, but then what do you do about that? And I mentioned several weeks ago the mindfulness tape. I have that. There are a whole bunch of different ways that you can kind of keep your stress under control. And for, exercise-wise, that's a big deal. Every day, do something to move your body. It doesn't have to be a 60-minute workout. It doesn't have to be, lifting a huge amount of weight. It just means that you're doing something to get your heart rate up and to de-stress a little bit. So that's the exercise part. Food for me has a huge impact on my stress level. and it's because of the autoimmune disease. And there's all kinds of groups out there that I've seen on Facebook that are tied to autoimmune. But what we put in our mouths, the meat we eat, the nitrates, the amount of sugar that's in processed things, the amount of preservatives, any of that stuff for me causes kind of flare-ups in my body. And so I know I have to stay away from certain things and try to eat clean, as clean as possible. And then I feel better, and then my mind is more clear, and then I have more energy, and I can do all the things that I want to do. So pain pushes you until a vision pulls you. I can be in pain. I can feel sorry for myself. I can eat whatever I feel like. I can drink as much as I want. The great thing about humans is we have free will. So I can do all those things if I want to. When I do, they are associated with a cluttered mind, painful body, and all I want to do is kind of lay around and feel sorry for myself. So that's how I've chosen to try to figure this out, is to test some things that are out there in research that are supposed to help. And I will share with you as I go along and see if they really help. I also mentioned quite a while ago that yoga is not my thing. I spend too much time thinking about what my body's doing and not enough about what my mind's doing. But meditation, mindfulness, anything that works for you, just play with all of them. Give them a try. Whatever one works for you to kind of declutter your mind, relax, get yourself ready to go to sleep is so important. And then I'll end with sleep today, because that has become the most important thing, especially for any of you that are around my age that are listening in. As the older we get, as women going through menopause, the harder it is to sleep. And I was always a great sleeper. And we need a lot of sleep. And so, especially if you're working in a kind of a high pressure job, or you have a lot going on every day and you need your energy level up, you need a good night's sleep. So whatever you need to do to get there. A friend of mine has always had a lot more trouble sleeping than I have, and she's even gone to a sleep doctor. And so I'm back, not taking it every night, but I am back trying melatonin again, and it's just been huge for me. It's over the counter, it's natural, maybe it's addicting, I don't know that I care. Sleep is addicting for me too, so I'll take my sleep. So that's what I'm trying right now, melatonin. And I have heard, she gave me a couple of lozenges that you can get at Whole Foods. That's their brand, and I'll go look for that when I'm in Seattle Thursday. I have to do the little gummies right now, but I'm gonna find the lozenges when I'm down in Seattle. And so sleep. It is late. It's time for bed for a lot of you, and time for bed for me. So I hope everybody had a great Tuesday, and that's going to be it for my Day 9 Here's to Our Health Challenge. All right. Have a good evening, everybody.